Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about implicit differentiation. So now I will show you how to find first derivative and second derivative of four equations in here. So now I will show you the first one. We need to do first derivative for the both sides. So first derivative of x squared, you got about 2x. First derivative of y squared, you got about 2y. And first derivative of y. And we know that first derivative of y, that's about dy over dx. First derivative of number 4, you got about 0. So we simplify number 2 for the both sides. So we put x go to the right. You got negative x. We divide both sides with negative y in here. And we got about x over y. And this is about first derivative of the function. Now we go to second derivative of the function. So we need to use about this equation in here. So we do first derivative for the both sides. First derivative of x, you got about 1. So we just write about number 2. In this one, we need to apply about product rule of derivative. That means we need to do first derivative of y multiplied by first derivative of y plus we do first derivative of y multiplied by y. So we have first derivative of y multiplied by first derivative of y. We can put about the square in here. This one we got about second derivative. So we divide both sides with number 2. And we have a negative for this one and this one. So we need to find second derivative in here. So we put this one in here. Go to the right. And we divide both sides with y with the negative. And we know that first derivative of y, we just got about x over y. And this is the final answer. Now we do the same. This one you got about 2x. This one we got about 2 multiplied with 2y, first derivative of y. This one you got about 0. Next, we divide both sides with number 2. And this one you got about 5x plus 2y, first derivative of y. So we put this one go to the right. So we divide both sides with 2y. Next, I will use about this equation. So we do first derivative for the both sides. So this one we got about number 1, and the second one we got about second derivative multiplied by y plus first derivative of y power 2. So we put number 5 go in here, and later that we divide with number 2. You got about negative number 5 over 2. So we put this one go in here, later that we divide by y. And first derivative of y, that's about this one. Now we can do for this one. We know that this is about the constant, so you got about 0. This one we got about 1 over 2 minus 1, you got about negative 1 over 2. This one we do the same, similar, and you got about y to the power of negative 1 over 2, and we have first derivative of y. This one you got about 0. So we simplify 1 over 2, 1 over 2. So we put this one go to the right, and we divide both sides with this one. Now, I will use this equation in here. So we do first derivative for the both sides again. This one we got about negative 1 over 2 s to the power of negative 1 over 2 minus 1 again, and you got about negative 3 over 2. So we do first derivative of this one. and we got about negative 1 over 2 y to the power of negative 3 over 2. And later that we have first derivative of y multiplied with first derivative of y, so you got about power 2. And this one we do first derivative of y, so you have second derivative. So we put this one go to the right. So we put this one go to here too. And later that we divide both sides with this one. So about first derivative of y, we need to change by this one. So this one you can do by yourself. Now I will go to the last one. So we do first derivative for the both sides. So this one you got about 3s squared. This one you got about first derivative of y. This one we do first derivative of x. You got about 3y. So we do first derivative of y. You got about 3x first derivative of y. So the next one we put this one go in here, and 3x first derivative of y we put in here. And we simplify number 3 for the both side in here, and then that should be about 3 what first derivative of y from here minus s first derivative of y, and we have y minus s squared. First derivative of y and first derivative of y we can do about factorization. And later that we divide both sides by 1 minus s. Now go to second derivative. I will use this equation. So we do first derivative for the both sides. So this one you got about second derivative. First derivative of s you got about 1. First derivative of first derivative you got about second derivative. This one we got about first derivative. This one you got about negative 2x. So we need to open the brackets. So we put negative first derivative of y gone here. And we have to first derivative of y minus 2x. We have second derivative. We can do about factorization. So we divide both sides with 1 minus s. And first derivative of y we change by this one. That's it, the end. Thank you for watching.